Hello, everybody. I'm Lina Matos, your realtor in South Florida. I'm here with Christopher Cortez. He represents one of the most important projects in a beautiful area in South Florida called Fort Lauderdale. Christopher, tell me about Fort Lauderdale. Why is it important? What moment in time is Fort Lauderdale, and why is it the option right now for investors seeking for luxury, location, and value in South Florida?
Oh wow, I hope we have enough time for me to answer that question. So Fort Lauderdale, in particular the neighborhood that we're in today, which is Flagler Village, just 4 blocks away from downtown Las Olas, is the preeminent destination. It's becoming where people want to be, and also it's proven in this regard. We have 5 of the world's largest developers investing into this particular neighborhood. So they see the value, they see the opportunity to invest in an up-and-coming, I shouldn't even say up-and-coming, in a neighborhood that is ripe, that will not be, it will be very difficult to get into this particular neighborhood once these new developments are up and running.
Exactly.
And our location is second to none. And when I say ours, I mean the Viceroy. And talking about the location, and we can get into a little bit about the neighborhood, and that is, as I mentioned, Flagler Village. Now, Flagler Village is just 4 blocks away from downtown Las Olas, where you have the real city living. So we're 4 blocks away from any of this. However, what makes our location fantastic, as I mentioned, 4 blocks from restaurants, bars, art districts, you name it. We are less than 15 minutes from the airport, the Fort Lauderdale airport. We're less than 1 mile from the Brightline train station. So if you had anyone who wanted to visit Miami, they can be there in 35 minutes. If they wanted to visit Palm Beach, they can be there in 35 minutes and then have the comfort and quiet of a beautiful, peaceful, family-oriented neighborhood. And I say that because Flagler Village in the last few years has seen a 47% increase in families. So adding to our location is everything that you see here is either within walking distance or no more than a 5 to 7 minute car ride. So for example, Holiday Park. Holiday Park is a 90-acre park that offers almost any and every recreational activity you can do. From a state-of-the-art iceplex where the Florida Panthers actually practice, to indoor and outdoor exercising, walking trails, dog park, pickleball, you name it, they have it. Again, as I mentioned, 90 acres. Now let's talk about some of the eateries. You have Doc B's, Wells Coffee, Fat Village, all of these things are literally within walking distance, right? So what makes our location better, or I should say better, I'm gonna use better, more phenomenal than any of the new developments going on in Fort Lauderdale is our unobstructed views to the east. So this here is Victoria Park. Victoria Park is Fort Lauderdale's oldest neighborhood. And that means that there's a height restriction of only 4 stories, so they cannot build anything to obstruct your view all the way to the Intercoastal and the ocean. Facing south, you have downtown Las Olas. Again, nothing in front of the property. Everything will begin on Las Olas Boulevard, which is the city down here of Fort Lauderdale. And then to the north, as I mentioned, this is all Flagler Village, no high rises, completely unobstructed. So again, our location here is second to none. We offer a beach club service, and we'll get into the details of what we offer here at Fort Lauderdale at the Viceroy. Beach club service that no other property offers, and we're also the only branded residence, which is super important for somebody, as you mentioned, who like to invest in the neighborhood, is because branded residences tend to resale for 20 to 40% more than a non-branded property. So that is very important for individuals to understand, as well as no one's going to offer 30,000 square feet of amenities, hotel discounts, and everything else that comes with the brand. And again, we'll get into that in a little bit.
So in terms of location, we are like in the middle. We're not south-south, we're not north. We are in the middle, connected few minutes from West Palm Beach and Palm Beaches, and few minutes from downtown Miami.
Correct.
And in terms of the location in itself, it's very close to the beach. How many minutes?
Less than 2.6 miles to the beach, where we, as I mentioned, will have the beach.
It's like 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Correct, and you're there. You can literally come down and you're at the beach. It's super convenient. Again, you can walk to anything that you want to walk to, or you can get in your car. But the location is absolutely perfect. And we also, as mentioning, unobstructed views. When you get to a certain floor, you'll also be able to see Aventura, which is North Miami. So again, that goes to show you how advantageous the location of our particular property is.
And the attraction of having the intercoastal
Oh, are you
here.
kidding? Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely stunning. I wish we had video of this so you can see all of the intercoastal properties here. You have multi-million-dollar estates and establishments here. Just 4 blocks down the street, you have properties that start over $2.5 million, where we start at $530,000 for a studio.
Okay.
So, and again, as I mentioned, all of these locations that you see here, the Museum of Science. We also have Sears Tower, which is just up north here, and that is going to be a high-end luxury shopping vertical tower, mixed use. So everything that we have going on.
I see boats in your map.
Yes, well, I mean, Fort Lauderdale is the yachting capital of the US. I'm sorry, but Fort Lauderdale, they want to call it a mini Monaco with everything that's going down by the pier, everything that's going down by the new Civic Center. There's another development going on by the water, which is going to be super luxurious, where you have the yachts and you'll be able to park your boats here. That's why we also, the Viceroy will have the beach club service down here by there. But Fort Lauderdale in itself is becoming the secret is no longer a secret. We're not as congested or as, I should say, full of life.
Overdeveloped.
Correct, as Miami.
As Miami.
But we offer the same lifestyle. We offer the beach living. We offer the fine dining with, as I mentioned, fine dining heritage is now a Michelin rated restaurant, as well as Matos, which is right on the beach at the Four Seasons restaurant. So now we have 2 Michelin rated restaurants right within this particular property. And to add to it, as again, since we're talking about the property, we have just leased our restaurant space, which we do have at the first floor of the building, to a Michelin rated chef.
Oh, great.
So we are literally not only becoming a living destination, but a culinary destination.
But this is the perfect timing.
Absolutely.
It's like buying in Manhattan 40 years ago or buying in Miami 15 years ago.
Correct, and that is the point that we made in Bogota.
This is why I wanted to come here and have this interview, because this is the perfect timing to get in Fort Lauderdale.
100%.
To invest here.
If you wait for the building to be complete,
Exactly.
you're too late.
You're too late.
It's almost like trying to buy a stock.
Exactly.
Before it takes off. You have to get it early, you have to do your research, and you have to be educated. And that is why there's nothing in this neighborhood that's going to provide the value that the Viceroy does. And
that's why I mentioned value.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect timing. And when you're saying referring to the stocks taking off, I think this is going to take off, and pretty soon.
Exactly right, and that's why we have a lot of individuals who are buying now. We're moving units fairly quickly, and they see the value, they understand.
They understand.
The point that you just made. Imagine the opportunity to buy in Brickell 10, 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
What is that apartment worth today?
And more importantly, 4 times.
Correct. More importantly, our Viceroy, we are a hospitality-driven brand, which immerses themselves into the local community. It's not just a high-end name slapped on a building. This organization knows about hospitality, health and wellness, and how to integrate.
Perfect for investors.
Correct, into the neighborhood. So it's perfect because you understand that you're getting a refined, not just a brand, but all organizations that are part of this. And we'll get into the team in a little bit. But we have 5 organizations that are all at the top of their craft putting together this one project. So that gives you a bigger sense of how important this particular project is.
So you have luxury on the finishings, but you also have service. Guaranteed by a brand that is internationally known.
And the staff on our property will be trained by Viceroy trained staff, but by people who are familiar with the brand and what that luxury level of service means, so that they can bring and relay that to the staff maintaining this particular property.
So the bright line.
The bright line, just literally.
It's important.
And this shows you how close it is. Less than a mile. You can walk, you can drive.
Gives you access not only to the Fort Lauderdale International Airport, but to Miami also International Airport.
And I'm sorry, but the way we drive here in Florida, it's much faster than 17 minutes. I mean, you're 5 miles away from the airport. So you are, again, our location, I can't stress enough, the location of the property, the team putting together this particular project.
Yes.
I wholeheartedly believe that we're the best new development in South Florida.
Well, let me tell you, Viceroy wouldn't have accepted its brand on this project if it didn't have a good team behind?
So let's talk about the team, right? I'm gonna jump now. So, well, first, before the team, let's get into the Viceroy and what makes it so special.
Okay, perfect.
So just to take a quick step back here away from there are only 10 locations in the world. They just announced the 11th, which will be in Idaho, but right now there's 10 locations in the world, and these are 5-star luxury award-winning properties, 2 of which have just won the Michelin Key. So you have Cabo San Lucas, as well as I believe it's Chicago, I might be wrong, but there's 2 award-winning Michelin Key properties. It's very important to understand when you're an owner of a Viceroy residence here in Fort Lauderdale or in Brickell or wherever there's a residence, you are eligible for discounts of up to 20% at not just these particular 5-star destinations, but over 500 properties in 78 countries and 32 different hotel brands because they were just acquired by Highgate. So that's very important. And that you can start to utilize those benefits immediately. So your clients will be able, on the second that their contract is hard, they'll be able to become a Viceroy Elite status member, and they'll be able to enjoy benefits globally, which no other development, talking about the value that we add, no other development is going to offer that to somebody while they're waiting for their future home to be constructed.
Perfect.
So, and then here goes just a quick summary of what those perks will look like and what we covered. Early check-in, late checkout, and again, the discounts are not just on the hotel rooms, but any services that the hotel offers. So if there's a spa package or an excursion, they'll be eligible to receive discounts on that as well.
Okay, perfect.
And all of these services, again, we're talking about a Viceroy luxury branded property. All of these services, and actually just give them a quick, this is probably like 15 seconds. This is going to give you a quick idea of what these properties are. This is Sugar Beach in St. Lucia. So this is a phenomenal destination. Then you're going to see Cabo San Lucas, which again, as I mentioned, is their award-winning, Michelin Key award-winning property. So this really gives them a visual. This is Cabo San Lucas here. So you can understand, okay, this is not just a hotel that you want to stay at for a night. This is a hotel you want to visit for a week, because something else that Viceroy does differently is they immerse themselves into the local community. So they will work with local businesses to curate immersive experiences. And that is what is true to the Viceroy brand. We will be doing the same thing here at the Viceroy in Fort Lauderdale, ingratiating ourselves to the local community. This here is Chicago. And we'll get into kind of what some of that looks like when we're talking about the quarterly activations of our property. So this is again just wrapping up what just
the value
just
that you bring
the value,
to the
but
table.
also just a fraction.
It's not buying a unit or an apartment.
No, you're buying an experience.
You're buying an experience.
You're buying a luxury
experience.
Correct.
Not only in your location, the location of your property, but around the world.
Correct. You're perfectly said. So, as I mentioned, all of those services that you're accustomed to at a 5-star resort, you're going to get here at home, right?
Okay.
So if you are away and you needed to have your refrigerator restocked, you can call the concierge of your building, give them a grocery list, tell them what store you'd like them to go to, and by the time you get home, that will be in your refrigerator for you.
Perfect.
If you needed your dog walked, childcare services, someone to water your plants, all of these conveniences and luxuries are available to you in the comfort of your home. Again, no other property.
I'm gonna upgrade. When I mention luxury, this is ultra luxury.
There we go. I love it. Ultra luxury. And as I mentioned, quarterly, this is one of my favorites here. So we will be working with local businesses. As I mentioned, they create an immersive experience. So working with local businesses, our property will have a state-of-the-art gym, spa, movie theater, culinary, expedition kitchen. So we're going to have, again, all of these luxury services that we're going to be working with some of the vendors to come in, provide their services, and then if the residents enjoy themselves, they become members of this particular local business.
Well, I guess we're ready. Let's show them.
Let's show them.
How does your units look?
Oh, you want to go straight to the units? Okay, so
I mean the building and the common areas and everything.
But I also want to show everyone the team, right? So
let's do that.
That's a teaser right there.
That's a teaser. Okay.
But let's get into our team, right? And as I mentioned, we have an all-star team putting together this particular project, and we're going to start with our developer, the Naftali Group. So the Naftali Group has been in business for over 35 years. They've completed over 50 projects, and they have $15 billion in past and present deals. Now, what makes this particular project unique to Naftali, it's their first in Fort Lauderdale, their second here in Florida. But when you look up, I guess, past interviews with Mr. Naftali, they're focused on developing a level of quality that Fort Lauderdale has not seen. And that's evident, obviously, based on our incredible showroom here,
Exactly.
but also the team that they were able to put together to create this particular project. So just to give you a very quick sample of some of the projects they've completed, such as the Plaza
Especially
Hotel.
New York.
Yes, Plaza Hotel in New York, they redid the interior. Manhattan, as you can see, they've had a number of projects here. Brooklyn, but now they're also international. They have 2 projects in Singapore, 1 in Los Angeles, 2 here in Florida, and more to come in New York. So this developer is, again, as I mentioned, they finished top 3 in the country, top 18 overall. You are getting one of the premier organizations and developers in the world that is putting together this particular project right in our backyard. And here goes just a couple of other renderings of projects that they have completed. I love pointing out, this particular pool is right here by this archway, so you can see the dramatic windows. And they personally flew us out to New York so that we can experience this firsthand.
You should have taken me.
Oh, I would have loved to. The level of quality that you're getting on a Naftali developed product is, and I say it again, is second to none. But again, what's more impressive is the team that they were able to get to put this project together, right? So the architectural firm, Arquitectonica.
Arquitectonica again, very good.
Again.
They are very famous in Miami.
Yes, and they've been in business for over 47 years. They are now doing business in 59 countries. And with iconic properties such as, again, you have the Brickell City Center.
The Brickell City Center.
Speaking of Naftali, they're working on the Gem now, which is currently under construction in World Center. So you can see the level of quality and, again, the organizations that are putting together this particular project. Then moving on to a 2024 Interior Design Hall of Fame organization, the Rockwell Group. So the Rockwell Group, again, is what I love about what they do is that they tailor every particular building and, I guess for lack of a better term, project to its particular location. And they also work incredibly well with our landscape architectural firm, which is known as EDSA. And you know, we have plenty of green space in our project, from the first floor to the 11th floor with the 20,000 square feet of amenities, as well as a 46th floor roof deck. So when you see the renderings that we're going to get into on this particular project, you will see how seamlessly integrated these 2 organizations were able to blend. Okay. And now, so again, we have the Viceroy, all of the benefits of owning a Viceroy. We have a beach club, which no one offers, hotel discounts at over 78 countries and over 500 properties, starting immediately, and all of the services that will be available to you in the building just for being a Viceroy owner. Now we've gone over the developer, Naftali Group, our architectural firm, which is Arquitectonica, our interior design company, which is Rockwell, and of course our landscape, EDSA. So again, 5 organizations, all at the top of their craft, all bringing you this one particular project. So it's really, truly, definitely a incredible transformation of a neighborhood. And we're not only elevating this neighborhood, but we're elevating the quality of life in the neighborhood. It's not just putting a building and that's it.
No.
The level of luxury that we're offering has not been seen in this area. And that's why when you compare us to Brickell or other areas in Miami, we're doing so for a fraction of the cost. And what do you think in your experience? What is that when you compare our project to
No, definitely, it's what I mean. It's doing an ultra luxury project in a location that is perfect, that needed that kind of project. And if you're gonna invest in South Florida, why don't you do it here for a fraction of the price, value that you get, the opportunity in the future to own a property that is gonna gain value exponentially.
And that's why we need you. We need your voice out there to get everybody to come back here. So 370 luxury condo residences, starting from $530,000 for a studio to just under $6 million for our penthouse levels, right? You have an incredible 1 retail space, which is a beautiful restaurant that's just been released to a Michelin-rated chef, as we mentioned earlier. But again, this is a luxury lifestyle living. And
Exactly.
imagine if you were on vacation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the comfort of your own home. So while you're by the pool and you want a martini, you can order a martini from the port lounge, speak to your pool attendant. They'll go to the port lounge, get your beverage and food, bring that over back to you.
Remember when people used to retire in
Exactly.
in West Palm Beach, in Palm Beach?
Yeah.
Now you have to retire here in Fort Lauderdale.
Correct. Now you have to retire here. So our building, again, is a level of luxury
Look at
unseen.
beautiful
So
green.
this is our beautiful greenery done by EDSA,
And
as I
wood.
mentioned. You're going to have a porte-cochere. Both towers will have their own entrance. Both towers will have 20 feet ceilings into the entry lobby, right? You can choose to valet your car or you can park it yourself. All guests will need to valet or park on the street. And every single one of our residences will come with at least one parking space. So
Okay,
again,
perfect.
the level of luxury, and I'm just going to switch here to some of the amenities, right? And this is one of 2 pools. What do you think about the
Beautiful.
beautiful pool, right? So you have day
cabanas.
beds, you'll have floating day beds in the water, cabanas around, and as I mentioned, you're going to have a pool attendant. You will have also the port lounge, the juice bar, all right next door, delivering food and beverage to this particular property.
Okay. Full service.
Our beautiful rendering from the restaurant. So this is located right here on A1A. You'll have a beautiful outdoor plaza as well as beautiful interior space. We have not divulged the details on who or what type of cuisine will be, or even the chef that's been hired or that's leased the space, but that will be coming very soon. The details, very important to Naftali. So
Modern,
you see
minimalistic.
Yeah, absolutely. The travertine floors, the Venetian plastered walls. This is the exact lobby that you walk into here. This is what you can expect.
At the sales gallery.
Exactly. And as I mentioned, 2,500 square foot gym and spa, full service. So you will have beautiful views of the ocean in downtown Fort Lauderdale over here, overlooking Victoria Park. And then to the south, beautiful views of the city itself. Now, again, state-of-the-art 20 feet ceilings, state-of-the-art equipment. Behind it, you're gonna have a full service spa. So again, luxury living, you are on vacation every day. You can go downstairs to the 11th floor or upstairs if you're on the lower units.
Wellness.
Men and women steam and sauna rooms. Amazing, right? Who else can offer a state-of-the-art boxing studio? And then, of course, we have beautiful indoor-outdoor yoga overlooking downtown Fort Lauderdale. So this is the beautiful views. This here, downtown Las Olas, the Riverside Hotel, so you're 4 blocks away from City Walk and everything that it has to offer. Again, an impeccable design. Sometimes you get stressed, right? You need a little bit of a massage.
No, everybody's moving towards wellness.
Yes.
So you have to have wellness.
Correct, and that is one of the primary focuses of being a hospitality-driven brand.
Exactly.
Health and wellness. So we will have 3 massage therapy rooms, so you can come downstairs again and enjoy a beautiful massage therapy. As I mentioned, 5,000 square feet of co-working space. So the details in this rendering I love because it really accentuates what we have here in our gallery. You know, the sofas we have here in the library, we have the hardwood floors throughout the entire property that we're sitting on. The skylight has been duplicated above our model. The chairs and table, everything
Who
is
says
here.
you cannot work in style?
And you can work in style, indoor or outdoor, and
Exactly.
also have private rooms for conversations or small meetings. So again, this is almost a one-stop shop. You can work, you can play, you can relax. Whatever you'd like to do, all in the comforts of your own home, all in the perfect location within walking distance to everything, as we've covered. And I also feel at this point to mention, it's important, our amenities were just recognized by Branded Living for being the most innovative in a new development in Fort Lauderdale, or in South Florida, period. So things like this, our private dining room. Next to this, we will have an expedition kitchen. All of our residences will have Miele appliances. So we can have Miele trained staff chef come give a class on how to utilize the appliances, or maybe even the chef from the downstairs restaurant to come give a class and utilize the space. But it could also be reserved by the residents for private events and functions, or whether they wanted to have, Christmas dinner or an Easter dinner or anything of that, maybe just a birthday party, however they want to do it. Then, of course, as I mentioned, the beautiful port lounge that will serve food and beverage while you're poolside, relaxing, enjoying a good time, indoor, outdoor. And then right next to that, you will have a beautiful club room with a theater-sized screen, comfortable seating, foosball, pool table, you name it, all in the comfort of your own home, as I mentioned. And if you want a little bit of quiet, like we did here, we can close these doors and you can enjoy some quiet if you're trying to watch a game or pay attention to a little bit of what's going on the screen. Now, again, as I mentioned, the beautiful pool. You have the beautiful green pillars here, the port lounge, which will serve food and beverage to the water beds or the day beds around, or the cabanas, I should say. And then our second pool, which will be a little bit more private. In between the two pools, you will have two alfresco dining stations as well as a hot tub. But here you can this is on the northwest side of our building, a little bit quieter. You can still have food and beverage, but again, just a little bit more intimate setting on this particular property, or pool, I should say.
Okay.
Then coming to the juice bar. So after you've worked out, you've done your yoga, you've maybe hit the boxing bag.
I love the green.
It's a beautiful aesthetic that we have here. So again, you can get yourself an acai bowl, you can get yourself a smoothie, or maybe just an espresso on your way out from work or coming home. For childcare services, beautiful under the water theme for children. They can enjoy this particular room, or even childcare services, maybe have them watch your children here rather than in the comfort of your home. Every single new development has a movie theater, correct? Yeah. But what makes us different? We will have fully stocked popcorn and candy on a daily basis. So this is something that you can always expect to be there when you're enjoying a movie. And then, of course, Lina, can you sing?
Karaoke?
Yeah, there we go. So this room is more than just karaoke, right?
It's like you can, how do you say, do videos and stream.
Yes, podcasts, social media. Absolutely. Or just, maybe after you've had one too many with your friends or family, you come down, you put the drink down, and you start singing as much as you can. And now this is the last rendering that we have on our 11th floor amenity deck. But what we're going to do now is go up to the 46th floor, where we have another 7,000 square feet of amenities.
Wow.
And this is important because it's the only set of amenities that are completely not staffed, very quiet, very serene, but very, very beautiful. So just to show you what the floor plate looks like, most of our residences will have a wine fridge, whether in the island or if you're in a penthouse level, the full fridge. If you do not have a residence that has a wine fridge, we do have wine lockers available for purchase at a later date. And then my favorite room here, you have a wine and whiskey bar, so you can lock yourself here, have an immersive experience on your own with your favorite bottle of bourbon or tequila or whatever you choose to indulge in, and then some light music in the background, and then with beautiful views of Fort Lauderdale, downtown Fort Lauderdale, or overlooking the ocean here. And this is what that wine and whiskey room will look like. So again, you come here, you sit down with your favorite beverage, you decompress, and just relax alone, or maybe with some family and friends for some good conversation with stunning views, as I mentioned before. Then right next to that, you can see here a beautiful club room, which will also have stunning views of overlooking Victoria Park, of the Intercoastal, the ocean. All of the high rises are right on the beach, and you don't have to worry about them ever obstructing your views. Foosball, air hockey, as I mentioned, and that will all be in this particular area here. So this is much more activated, where you'll have comfortable seating, you'll have air hockey, darts, you name it, all here. Outside, you're gonna have a beautiful outdoor dining space, fire pit on the above, and then of course, outdoor trees and seating area as well. So again, nothing like this in Fort Lauderdale.
They didn't leave any detail out.
Oh no, and now what you had mentioned before.
Yes.
Let's get to what the actual residences will look like.
Floor to ceiling
windows. 10 feet ceilings in every residence. Light oak hardwood floors. The veneer finishing up your island here with the honed Calacatta Formaggio gold countertop and backsplash. You have the veneer finishing all the way up the Italcraft cabinetry, Kohler faucets and sinks, and as I mentioned before, all Miele appliances. So you literally have an imported Italian kitchen.
Italian and German. Italian and German.
And
what would
this
unit be?
So this here, what we're looking at is our 42nd floor southeast corner. And this is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. on this level. This is Aventura, as I mentioned down here. You will also have views of the river, the intercoastal, and the ocean, as you can see. And here goes another rendering of that intercoastal and ocean view from that corner, which is absolutely spectacular. And then, of course, going hardwood floors throughout. So this is a rendering of one of our bedrooms over to the east, floor-to-ceiling windows again. Oh, and important to mention, all of our residences will have the electric conduits installed. So if you had a tenant, or rather not a tenant, if you had an owner who wanted to install motorized shades, all they have to do is pay for the installation. The electrical work will already be done for them. And onto our bathrooms, which you've seen here, and I'm sure you'll take a look in a little bit. You have the porcelanosa Rivoli white floors, the tiles, the walls. The Italcraft cabinetry continues into your bathroom with the ambient lighting underneath. All soft close, all 22 millimeters thick of solid oak. And then you have the Hone Bianco Dolomite countertops and the ambient lighting around the medicine cabinets.
And all the units are delivered finished.
Correct.
Completely finished.
With the exception of your closets and some of the electric work, like meaning that there won't be sconces. You can
But what about the lighting?
Yes, the lighting there, but you can customize any sconces to your taste. As I mentioned, the electrical work will already be there for you.
Okay,
closets will also be unfinished, so you can tailor that to however you'd like to do that as well.
Perfect.
And then if you even took a look at our kitchen here, and you can see what it looks like here, it is exactly the same.
It is exactly the same.
It is a stunning kitchen.
Exactly the same.
And all of our residents, whether you're in a studio or you're in a penthouse, will have the exact same level of quality and finishes.
Okay, great.
So that's very important to note. Here is a rendering of our half bathroom. Again, the Home Bianco Dolomite, and then everything that you see here, we have ready for you in the back. We'll have down to the soap dish, the two squares in the reflection, the sconces, everything is exactly the same. And then to kind of show you what the finished rendering and property will look like, as I showed you before, all of the green space done by EDSA and the interior by the Rockwell Group. You'll have floors 3 through 10 here, which are liner units overlooking Victoria Park. From the 14th floor to the 29th floor, you're going to have 12 apartments per floor. From the 30th floor to the 44th floor, you'll have 10 apartments per floor. And then the 4 penthouse units on the 45th floor, with the 46th floor being the amenity deck.
Imagine the view from there.
Imagine
from
the views,
45th.
Right. We
floor.
have
Yes.
Our maintenance fees are just $1.57 per square foot.
Very competitive.
Very competitive, but also projected for 3 years from now when the project is scheduled to be delivered, or three and a half. So you don't have to worry about your client sitting down at the closing table and being hit with another a larger number. And of course, I'd love to go into the side views of this, looking at our beautiful building here with glass railings, and then our hero shot overlooking again Victoria Park. Stunning,
sunset.
stunning. No, sunrise.
Sunrise and sunset, beautiful.
Yes, exactly. So
sunrise and sunsets.
This is the Viceroy Residences of Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to finish where we started, which is our particular location, our neighborhood, second to none. You have, again, not just Naftali, but other developers coming here, but none delivering this quality, none delivering the branded residence, and we discussed why that's important, and none within this proximity in terms of closeness to Las Olas, closeness to walking parks and restaurants, closeness to overlooking downtown Fort Lauderdale and the ocean. It is a project and a brand that is going to not only redefine but transform the neighborhood, as I mentioned before, creating those immersive experiences, creating home ownership opportunities in this area, at the first in probably over a decade. So I can't say enough about this.
And I want to finish saying, if you want luxury in South Florida at a value and the opportunity of gaining value in the future, near future, this is your project. So for more information about availability, please contact us. We're here ready to serve you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Christopher.
Enjoy. Thank you.